India News Hour, India's voice to the world. I'm Shubhendu Ghosh, coming up in the next hour. Prime Minister Narendra Modi leads International Day of Yoga celebrations from Visakhapatnam, says yoga is a system that takes us from me to we, where inner peace becomes global policy. From the stairs of Sydney's Opera House to the peak of Everest and the sea's expanse, yoga unites the world beyond boundaries, background and ability. India brings home 517 nationals from Iran under Operation Sindhu. Government of India expresses gratitude to Iranian government for facilitating the evacuation. Iran says ready for nuclear talks when Israeli aggression stops. Foreign Minister Arakchi meets top European diplomats in Geneva. No indication of any immediate breakthrough. India's Neeraj Chopra strikes gold in men's javelin throw at Paris Diamond League. Finishes at the top with massive throw of 88.16 meters in the first attempt. The 11th International Day of Yoga is being celebrated today with great enthusiasm across India and the world. The theme of 2025 is Yoga for One Earth, One Health, echoes India's vision of global wellness. It highlights the deep connection between individual well-being and planetary health, echoing the Indian ethos of Sarve Santu Niramaya, that is, may all be free from disease. President of India, Draupadi Murmu, took part in the 11th International Day of Yoga in Dehradun, the capital city of Uttarakhand. The program, organized at Police Lines, Dehradun, witnessed large number of people's participation. Governor of Uttarakhand, Gurmeet Singh, also participated in the celebrations.
मानवता की साझा धरोहर बन चुका है। ये भारत की सॉफ्ट पावर का एक अत्यंत महत्वपूर्ण उदाहरण है। योग की अंतर्राष्ट्रीय लोकप्रियता के अनेक प्रभावशाली उदाहरण हैं। योग का अर्थ जोड़ना। योग का अभ्यास व्यक्ति के शरीर, मन और आत्मा को जोड़ना है और स्वस्थ बनाता है। इसी प्रकार ये एक व्यक्ति को दूसरी व्यक्ति से, एक समुदाय को दूसरे समुदाय से और एक देश को दूसरे देश से जोड़ना काम भी कर रहा है। इसी उद्देश्य का ध्यान में रखते हुए 11वीं अंतर्राष्ट्रीय योग दिवस का थीम एक पृथ्वी एक स्वास्थ्य रखा गया है।
And Prime Minister Narendra Modi led the 11th International Day of Yoga celebrations from Andhra Pradesh's Visakhapatnam, defining that yoga is for everyone beyond boundaries, backgrounds, age or ability. The theme for this year is Yoga for One Earth, One Health, which echoes India's vision of global wellness and reflects the integrated vision of well-being. The Yoga Day celebrations in Visakhapatnam was being held in 26-kilometer long corridor where more than 3 lakh people performed yoga together. Prime Minister Modi also released a commemorative postage stamp on the occasion of 11th International Day of Yoga 2025. Talking about the ongoing tensions across the world and global instability, Prime Minister emphasized on yoga's role in promoting peace.
दुर्भाग्य से आज पूरी दुनिया किसी न किसी तनाव से गुजर रही है। कितने ही क्षेत्रों में अशांति और अस्थिरता बढ़ रही है। ऐसे में योग से हमें शांति की दिशा मिलती है। योगा इज द पॉज बटन दैट ह्यूमैनिटी नीड्स to breathe, to balance, to become whole again. मैं विश्व समुदाय से आज के इस महत्वपूर्ण अवसर पर एक आग्रह करूंगा। Let this Yoga Day mark the beginning of Yoga for Humanity 2.0, where inner peace becomes global policy, जहां योग सिर्फ पर्सनल प्रैक्टिस न रहे बल्कि ग्लोबल पार्टनरशिप का माध्यम बने, जहां हर देश, हर समाज योग को जीवन शैली और लोक नीति का हिस्सा बनाए, जहां हम मिलकर एक शांत, संतुलित और सस्टेनेबल विश्व को गति दें, जहां योग विश्व को टकराव से सहयोग और तनाव से समाधान की ओर ले जाए.
In explaining yoga as a great personal discipline, Prime Minister highlighted that yoga is a system that takes us from me to we.
The theme of this year's International Day of Yoga is Yoga for One Earth, One Health. This theme reflects a deep truth. The health of every entity on earth is interconnected. Human well-being depends on the health of the soil that grows our food, on the rivers that gives us water, on the health of the animals that share our ecosystems, on the plants that nourish us. Yoga awakens us to this interconnectedness. Yoga leads us on a journey towards oneness with the world. It teaches us that we are not isolated individuals, but part of nature. Initially, we learn to take good care of our own health and wellness. Gradually, our care and concern extends to our environment, society, and planet. Yoga is a great personal discipline. At the same time, it is a system that takes us from me to we.
And on the occasion, Prime Minister Modi met the participants at the venue as well. And while Prime Minister Modi was leading the main event at the Yoga Day celebrations in Visakhapatnam, some 11,000 personnel from Eastern Naval Command along with their family members performed yoga on board Indian Navy ships and across the Vizag coastline. In solidarity with citizens of Vizag and demonstrating commitment to holistic well-being, the naval personnel and their family members from Eastern Naval Command participated in the grand morning yoga session.
We are celebrating the 11th edition of International Day of Yoga with this year's theme Yoga for One Earth and One Health, which resonates and complements the India's traditional belief of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. With yoga, we foresee the world growing healthier and stronger together.
Armed forces is synonymous to being physically fit, and yoga complements the traditional training that we do every day, and it also plays a crucial role in helping the naval personnel remain combat ready always, emotionally, mentally and physically. Yoga integrated with the daily routine not only makes us boost our well-being but also helps us making us more focused, efficient and resilient.
जैसा योग अभ्यास करने के लिए ज़्यादा जगह और इक्विपमेंट का ज़रूरत नहीं है एंड हम नेवी में शिप्स और सबमरीन में योग अभ्यास को आसानी से कर सकते हैं। हर हफ्ते हम योग अभ्यास करते हैं, इसमें हमारे फैमिली भी हमें मौका मिलने पर ज्वाइन हो जाते हैं।
नियमित योगा करने से शरीर, मन और भावना पर बहुत अच्छा प्रभाव पड़ता है। ये हमारे शरीर को मजबूत बनाता है, सहन शक्ति बढ़ाता है और तनाव को दूर करता है।
The lawns of Parliament House turned into a vibrant hub of wellness and unity as a special yoga session was organized to mark the International Day of Yoga. Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla participated in a group yoga session with MPs and staff members. Addressing the gathering, the speaker said yoga is an ancient Indian practice followed by the entire world today. He added yoga contributes to the holistic development of an individual and enhances efficiency. The Ministry of Culture marked the 11th International Day of Yoga by organizing sessions at 100 tourist-based iconic destinations and 50 more cultural sites across the country. A grand celebration was held at historic Mehrangarh Fort in Jodhpur, where Culture Minister Gajendra Singh Shekhawat performed yoga with other participants. The event was a remarkable fusion of history, culture and yoga, giving out a message of peace to the world from the land of Rajasthan. The Pan India initiative reinforces the ministry's commitment to linking India's cultural legacy with wellness traditions of yoga. India's Defence Minister Rajnath Singh celebrated 11th International Day of Yoga in Jammu and Kashmir's Udhampur. Speaking at the event, the Union Minister said India has given most influential scriptures to the world in the form of yoga.
भारत ने विश्व को शस्त्र नहीं शास्त्र दिए और योग ये हमारा सबसे प्रभावशाली शस्त्र है, शास्त्र है, जो न शोर करता है न दिखावा, बस साइलेंटली दुनिया को बदल रहा है।
And Minister Rajnath Singh also took a jibe at Pakistan and said that through Operation Sindhu, India conveyed a strong message to its neighbor that their strategy of inflicting harm through terrorism will no longer be successful.
सीमा पार से भारत के खिलाफ केवल पहलगाम में एक आतंकी घटना को ही अंजाम नहीं दिया गया, बल्कि भारत की सामाजिक और सांप्रदायिक एकता को भी निशाना बनाया गया। हमने न केवल उनके मंसूबों को विफल किया है ऑपरेशन सिंदूर के माध्यम से, बल्कि ऐसी जवाबी कार्रवाई की कि पाकिस्तान को घुटने टेकने पड़े और तब जाकर कहीं ऑपरेशन सिंदूर को हमने अल्प विराम दिया है। ऑपरेशन सिंदूर के माध्यम से हमने पाकिस्तान को बता दिया है कि आतंकवाद से भारत को हजारों घाव देने का उनका अभियान अब सफल नहीं होने वाला है।
Yoga Day is also being celebrated with great enthusiasm across various states. Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, Yogi Adityanath, Delhi's Rekha Gupta, Haryana's Naib Singh Saini, and Odisha's Mohan Majhi immersed in practice and celebration of yoga. The spirit of wellness and vibrancy was alive across multiple locations across India: Shimla, Lal Chowk, Noida and Chandigarh. In Shimla, yoga enthusiasts gathered amidst the serene Himalayan backdrop, practicing various asanas while embracing the tranquil environment. At Lal Chowk, Srinagar, citizens united to promote peace and well-being through collective yoga sessions. The city of Noida witnessed large-scale yoga events underscoring the importance of fitness and mental health in urban life. And meanwhile, in Chandigarh, the celebrations brought together diverse groups in vibrant public yoga sessions. Over 2,000 yoga participants in Gujarat's Vadnagar created history by clinching the Guinness World Record title for performing the Cobra pose in yoga, simultaneously setting a guideline that everyone had to do it for at least a minute each. As part of the ongoing Indo-French joint military exercise Shakti in France, the contingents participated in International Day of Yoga celebrations, which was conducted by trained yoga instructors from Jammu and Kashmir Rifles Battalion representing the Indian Army. The session focused on correct postures, breathing techniques and the holistic benefits of yoga for physical and mental well-being. And the Indian contingent proudly led the celebrations of International Day of Yoga in Mongolia during multi-nation military exercise Khan Quest, organizing a rejuvenating yoga session for all participating nations.
Let peace bloom in silence.
India's Central Armed Police Force ITBP also performed yoga near the high-altitude lake in India's Ladakh, Pangong Lake, celebrating International Day of Yoga.
बायां पैर पीछे कमर को तोड़े दाहिना पैर पीछे
In a spirited participation in International Day of Yoga, the India Coast Guard showcased its commitment to holistic well-being by organizing dynamic yoga sessions across diverse settings. From land to the high seas, over 200 personnel gathered for a large-scale yoga event, reinforcing unity, discipline and wellness within the maritime force. Taking the celebration beyond the shoreline, the India's Coast Guard's initiative stands as a beacon of health and commitment to national and global well-being. Those were glimpses of yoga celebrations from India and across the world. You're watching DD India News Hour. We're heading for a short break. We'll be right back.
India's cities and villages, many are rethinking the way we live, the way we work, and even the way we grow. And these small shifts have the potential to actually transform our collective future.
We have conducted workshops. We do projects mostly for individuals or also corporates. So we are saying we are salvaging material and we are trying to work on it to increase the life of material.
In the short period of time, they were able to reduce the cost by 50%, living time by 70%. This is where the excitement is coming.
We are mainly focusing the afforestation program like tree banking, oxygen park, green island.
Fish feces is known as sludge and can be used for plantain farming, which didn't only help my plantain farming, but also all the other crops that I started to grow.
Welcome back. You're watching DD India News Hour. I'm Shubhendu Ghosh. We all know that yoga connects the mind, body and earth. This year's theme, Yoga for One Earth, One Health, highlights its role in individual wellness and global sustainability. Mass yoga events and various environmental drives have encouraged so many people to embrace yoga as a daily habit for a balanced, eco-conscious life. Here's more.
Indian culture is celebratory in its very nature, and whatever comes out of such a nation is a celebration in itself. One such gift that India has given to the world is yoga. As we celebrate the International Yoga Day 2025, let's delve into its theme, Yoga for One Earth, One Health, given by Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who has truly underlined India's underlying commitment to spreading the message of having a healthy body along with a healthy planet. On March 30th this year, Prime Minister Modi formally declared Yoga for One Earth, One Health as the theme for this year's International Yoga Day during his popular radio program, Man Ki Baat. He mentioned that this theme embodies India's mission to make global wellness better by using yoga to make everyone healthy. The theme also falls in line with India's G20 presidency vision of One Earth, One Family, One Future, with a focus on overall well-being for everyone. The theme highlights yoga's role in promoting physical, mental, and environmental well-being, aligning with global calls for sustainability and unity. It builds on more than a decade of success since the United Nations recognized June 21st as the International Day of Yoga in 2014. With growing global awareness, people from all walks of life are increasingly recognizing the vital connection between human health and the health of the planet.
Yoga is very helpful to make our earth green. The reason is that the people who come here, they start believing in plantation and they get attached with the natural climates and trees and plants.
It's being benefited to all, everybody, and of all age group people, youngs as well as old, everybody are coming. Even we after retirement are coming regularly, daily, and we are being benefited a lot.
It keeps me so stress-free, so happy when I go back. I'm so happy that it really impacts the whole atmosphere of my house.
Who will not plant more trees if your consciousness grows? So as the consciousness expands, there will be far more greenery in the world.
Yoga for One Earth, One Health calls to mind the very fact that taking care of self and taking care of the planet go hand in hand. With yoga, we can be more happier, healthier, and more informed humans of the world. So this International Yoga Day, let us get ourselves to begin with more healthier habits, not just for ourselves, but also for the planet. With camera person Monty, this is Priya Yadav for DD India.
We now get you visuals from across Sri Lanka, New York, Germany and Japan, where yoga enthusiasts celebrated the Yoga Day. In Sri Lanka, the day was celebrated at the iconic Independence Square. The event witnessed participation by over 1,000 enthusiasts, with over 100 instructors leading the yoga practice. Several senior ministers of Sri Lankan government, including others, joined the event organized by High Commission of India. In New York, Consulate General of India in New York hosted a vibrant yoga session at the iconic crossroads of the world, Times Square. Energizing celebrations were witnessed, journey towards wellness and unity. Meanwhile, in Germany, yoga session was organized in Binz, Jugend on 12 June 2025. With gentle breeze, serene waves and bright sunshines, the scenic Baltic coast was imbued with spirit of International Day of Yoga. In Japan, Indian Embassy in Tokyo organized yoga session at the iconic Sujiki Hongwanji Temple. The event brought together dignitaries, government representatives, and over 2,000 Friends of India and yoga enthusiasts in shared celebration of wellness and harmony. And straight from the heart of New Zealand, the Parliament opened its doors for peace and stillness as citizens and leaders alike came together to honor India's ancient practice of yoga. Our correspondent Soumya Sharma brings us more.
Today we observed a moment of global mindfulness. Today we saw people of different cultures, different backgrounds come together and celebrate India's timeless gift to the world, yoga. Today we saw a celebration of India's age-old wisdom echo through the halls of the New Zealand Parliament. From Himalayan heights to the ocean's call, yoga brought with itself a calm cherished by all. a collaboration between the Indian High Commission, a Global Yoga Foundation and the United Nations Association of New Zealand, led by New Zealand's top ministers, namely Chris Bishop, Minister of Housing, Infrastructure, Transport and Leader of the House, and Miss Ginny Anderson, Labour Party spokesperson. It was heartening to see everyone rejoice in the spirit of yoga. Let's hear what the dignitaries had to say about the initiative.
First and foremost, say how important yoga is to me and how much I've incorporated that into being able to be an effective representative for other people here in Parliament. The ability to focus clearly and understand what's in front of you is more important than ever as we face a world that is noisier, more complicated and far more chaotic than I've ever seen before in my years. I think there's a few world leaders who could probably benefit from taking a couple of yoga classes and just calming down.
How significant do you think is India's role in reshaping a global wellness narrative through yoga? As we say, it's India's gift to the world, right? So how do you think it's significant that way?
I think that over the last 11 years since, our Honorable Prime Minister brought yoga to the world stage and India, advised that we will be celebrating International Yoga Day on 21st and it was accepted by the United Nations. So right since then, yoga has become a very important fitness activity all over the world, but especially in New Zealand. I am amazed to see so many yoga studios all over the city, various places. All the fitness centers also have some yoga sessions every week and those are quite full. So I would say that people have realized how important it is to develop flexibility and go through breathing techniques for peace and calm. In today's busy and very challenging lives that all of us have, a few moments of peace helps us take us through the day.
Joining us today on GD India is Vanita, a yoga coach here in New Zealand. So Vanita, how long have you been doing this and how has yoga personally influenced your life?
I have been doing yoga for over 2 decades now, so over 20 years. And yoga has influenced me in all aspects of my life. It helps me with my family. It helps me in collaboration with my colleagues at work. And it also helps me personally, being more focused and health-wise. So for me, it's not about having a long life, but whatever length of life that I have, it's important for me that I have a healthy life. Thank you.
Thank you. From the corridors of power to the calm of pranayam, today proved that diplomacy can begin with one deep breath. This is Soumya Sharma from Wellington for DD India.
Yoga's ripple effect knows no borders, for it unites people across continents. Let us tune in to the next story where we get in conversation with the couple who are propagating the ancient art in New Zealand for a deeper dive ahead of yoga celebrations.
From Himalayan ashrams to high-rise metropolitan studios, yoga has transcended borders, bending not just bodies but also boundaries. Let's take a closer look. Today we are joined by a dynamic duo, Ravi and Radhini, who have been propagating the journey of yoga here in New Zealand. Welcome to DD India. Firstly, tell us, what does yoga mean to both of you?
For me personally, yoga was always postures until I came to New Zealand, and then we got into meditation, because before I didn't know much about it at all, and later on I learnt about the meditation aspect of it, and that's when I realized there's more to yoga than just the postures and the breathing techniques.
How does it feel to see an ancient art of yoga from India being embraced in faraway lands such as New Zealand and with such zest and sincerity?
Oh, it's so heartwarming to see that, ancient art of yoga, 3,000 years old, is still timeless, been accepted by everybody here. It's amazing. One time it used to be in ashrams and temples. Now it's in every home, community centers and schools. It's a universal word. Even in the remotest places, if you say yoga, people understand. People actually used to think yoga is about religion, but they realize it's beyond all that. It's about us. It's about finding ourselves. And the ultimate goal of yoga is what they call samadhi, right? It's perfect balance or original balance. So that resonates with people. They find that a simple practice gives them the flexibility, in an intellectual mind, peace and harmony. What else can you ask for? And they realize that simple practice in your own home, which doesn't cost anything, it can change your life. It's life-changing experience. That's why.
Yes, 100%. I hope this balance finds more and more people, and yoga reaches all the corners all across the globe more and more. As the world stretches more towards inner peace and balance, yoga's future promises to flow seamlessly through cultures, breath by breath. This is Soumya Sharma from Wellington for DD India.
And for International Yoga Day, the Indian Cultural Center in Brazil has been organizing a lot of yoga-related events. With these events, the Cultural Center has been bringing yoga experts, practitioners, spiritual masters, artists on a common platform and promoting health, peace and Indian culture. DD India correspondent Shobhan Saxena reports on a special event held in Sao Paulo on the eve of International Yoga Day.
Located a few blocks from the main avenue of Sao Paulo, Swami Vivekananda Cultural Center, established by Indian Council of Cultural Relations and managed by the Consulate General of India in Sao Paulo, is the nerve center of Indian culture in Brazil. Here they have classes of yoga, Hindi, classical music, and even cooking. On the eve of the International Yoga Day, the center organized a special event called Yoga for Peace, with meditation, pranayama, and Indian classical music.
The program was centered around Yoga for Peace, and in which yoga enthusiasts, yoga gurus, and practitioners of yoga, they all came to the cultural center, and we organized. There were discussions and presentations. Too many yoga practitioners, enthusiasts turned up, and they participated enthusiastically. I'm very pleased at the response what we received today. We are going through very turbulent times. There is disturbances all around. So yoga is a medium which not only gives you the physical well-being, it also gives you inner peace. So that was the theme on which this yoga event was organized, and it's a preparatory event also as we celebrate the International Day of Yoga tomorrow.
During this very special event, the Indian Consulate and the Cultural Center also started a new initiative called YogaNet that will connect yoga teachers and centers across Brazil.
We celebrated India's voice for the world peace and harmony. It echoed. Today's program resonated with India's resolve for world peace. So world peace for humanity, peace for humanity, and humanity for peace. This was the thematic presentation that we gave through various mediums. The elements were for healing, expansion, and understanding peace inside. So we used like instrumental music, sitar, Hatha Yoga, a part of that, asanas, and then vibration healing as a part of meditation. The Culture Center is committed to the promotion and advancement of Indian culture through its various projects, classes, and other activities. It is trying to create an environment where Indian culture is not only disseminated and understood, but at the same time, stronger connections are formulated through our Campus Connect project, through our Experience India project, and through the projects like India in our library. We are trying to give a nano experience of Indian culture here at the center.
Yoga for Peace event here today brought together not just the practitioners of yoga, but lovers of Indian culture too. This is Shobhan Saxena for DD India in Sao Paulo, Brazil.
And in Canada, vibrant events organized by the Isha Foundation and Delhi Association of Canada have brought together yoga enthusiasts to celebrate unity and wellness. DD India international correspondent Tarun Paul Singh filed this report.
It is a way of recognizing the intelligence within ourselves that helps us in functioning on a day-to-day basis, in the ability that we are designed to be capable of using.
I think it's beautiful to connect the different cultures together. As we know, yoga has like an Indian origin. It comes from the Hindu culture and it has so many benefits to it. So it's really nice to see like everyone appreciating that culture and bringing it to the Canadian community. I think it's a way for us to preserve our own culture and also share that with the world and share its many benefits.
International Day of Yoga is a worldwide celebration of the ancient Indian practice of yoga. Observed every year on June 21st, it highlights yoga's physical, mental and spiritual benefit and its power to bring people together. Since the United Nations recognized Yoga Day in 2014, millions of people across 192 countries have taken part in mass yoga sessions.
The practice of yoga is such a thing that it is for the overall universal well-being of each and every human being all over the world, and it's very easy to practice. So it's doing all good things to the body, because you can see that outside we can take care of our body, but what is happening inside we don't know. So yoga takes care of our inner self, inner health, inner beauty, inner strength. So yoga is overall a very unique and wonderful thing which India has given to the world.
2025 marks the 11th International Day of Yoga, and this year's theme is Yoga for One Earth, One Health. Announced by India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi, the theme emphasizes a holistic vision of well-being for people and the planet. It highlights yoga's role in promoting physical and mental health while also aligning with global calls for environmental sustainability and unity. In other words, the goal is to make whole world healthier through yoga unify power, one earth, one health together. Canada has embraced this message, hosting yoga event nationwide in the lead up to Yoga Day. Isha Foundation held a yoga and meditation session at the Best Western Plus Toronto Airport Hotel in Mississauga, drawing an enthusiastic crowd of participants. As well as Consulate General of India in Toronto partnered in this session, the consulate and encouraged everyone to join the main Yoga Day celebration on June 21.
So what I feel is in today's world, we are more focused on outside. We are so much focused on collecting things and collecting the titles, what is my status and all. But in that run, we are forgetting to take an inner journey. So yoga and meditation, that helps us to take our journey inwards.
Programs are free. Since it is offered free, people are coming together, and people who don't know about the taste of yoga, they come and see, have a feeling of it, how yoga can benefit for them.
I've been into choreography. I'm a choreographer from a very young age, but I have never really liked yoga, okay? And I kept dancing from the age of 4 till date I'm dancing, but I realized that when I started yoga, it was very late, which was at the age of 18, which is still early, but very late yet. And the flexibility, the mobility, everything that started coming in was all because of yoga.
A second community yoga event took place in Brampton, Ontario. Delhi Association of Canada, a local Indian diaspora group, organized a morning yoga session at Gore Meadows Community Centre. Family and individuals from diverse backgrounds turned up early to practice yoga together, reflecting a spirit of inclusivity and culture exchange. With support from the Indian Consulate, the Brampton session showed how yoga bridges community. Participants not only exercised for fitness but also shared India's cultural heritage of wellness.
We only get one body a lifetime, right? This is it. And it's incumbent on us to take care of this body. And through these practices of these different asanas, through the practice of pranayama, through the practice of relaxation, through the practice of proper nutrition, through the practice of proper breathing, we're able to succeed at living a reasonably long and happy and healthy life.
I didn't actually know this till earlier, but because we were doing another session before this, I learned so many benefits that yoga poses have, such as digestion, meditation, spiritual, mind. I think as being a university student or just a student in general, there's like so many stresses that come on in life, and when you're in university, you're not really like focused on your health, your spiritual, or your mind that much, but I think yoga can help you kind of rise above that and learn so much from it. So I think it's not as prevalent as it should be, but it needs to be more, and it's really, really helpful.
As the world looks towards the International Day of Yoga, the celebration in Canada underscores how this ancient practice is building bridges in modern society. From improving health to connecting communities, yoga appeal is truly global and inclusive in the spirit of One Earth, One Health. Canadians and Indians together are embracing yoga power to foster harmony and a healthier future. From Canada, this is Tarun Paul Singh.
Rooted in ancient India, yoga has now found a place across the globe. In the French capital, it's no longer just a wellness trend, it's a powerful tool which is helping people manage the pressures of daily life. Rohini Gosavi reports.
Yoga for me has always been the way you are. It connects you to the nature. You're less stressed. You're less tired, you're more energized. Another thing about yoga which is so interesting is it shows me, it shows me with all my shortcomings.
These words from Poonam Malpani resonates with many yoga lovers in France, where yoga has become a simple, powerful tool for managing modern life. Born in ancient India as a path to self-awareness and balance, yoga has grown far beyond borders. In recent years, it has taken a root in France, with over 7 million people now practicing regularly.
Life is very hectic, especially if you live in a big city like Paris, so it's always a moment of just connection and peace.
Indian spiritual leaders and teachers brought yoga in France in 20th century. Over a period of time, veteran yoga educator like Padma Shri Kiran Vyas has played a key role in spreading authentic teachings through yoga schools and wellness centers.
French people always liked the concept of yoga, and slowly it's so well developed. But first it took the philosophical side of yoga over here, and then the practical side, that is the physical yoga, so much so that at present there are more than 10,000 teachers in Paris alone.
Yoga has truly become a universal language of well-being. For the people of France, it is no longer a distant Eastern philosophy but a personal healing practice. It becomes a bridge between cultures.
Deeply grateful to India for this beautiful tradition, and it's really an honor for me to share it here in France.
The French people are very much interested in the practice of yoga. They learn to adapt a slightly different style of living, a way of life, through understanding the philosophy behind a few mantra recitations.
The Indian Embassy in France has played an important role in promoting yoga. It organizes events, free workshops, and helps people learn about yoga's root in Indian culture. It's helping build a strong connection between India and France through the practice of yoga. As the world grows louder, yoga remains silent. A gift from the East that continues to calm minds and stretch hearts across the globe, especially here in the heart of France. This is Rohini Gosavi in Paris for DD India.
On the occasion of International Day of Yoga 2025, several Indian ministers took part in yoga sessions to promote health and wellness across the nation. Demonstrating their commitment to holistic well-being, India's Minister of External Affairs S. Jaishankar and Minister of Corporate Affairs Nirmala Sitharaman performed yoga asana as part of celebrations. Joining the initiative, Minister of Industry and Supply Piyush Goyal, Minister of Education Dharmendra Pradhan also participated in yoga celebrations, symbolizing Indian government's effort to encourage citizens to adopt yoga as a way of life to maintain physical fitness and mental clarity in today's fast-paced lifestyle. Time for a short break. There's more coming up.
India's cities and villages, many are rethinking the way we live, the way we work, and even the way we grow. And these small shifts have the potential to actually transform our collective future.
We have conducted workshops. We do projects mostly for individuals or also corporates. So we are saying we are salvaging material and we are trying to work on it to increase the life of material.
In the short period of time, they were able to reduce the cost by 50%, living time by 70%. This is where the excitement is coming.
We are mainly focusing the afforestation program like tree banking, oxygen park, green island.
Fish feces is known as sludge and can be used for plantain farming, which didn't only help my plantain farming, but also all the other crops that I started to grow.
Welcome back. You're watching DD India News Hour. I'm Shubhendu Ghosh. In a major diplomatic breakthrough, Iran has made special accommodation to remove airspace restrictions, enabling evacuation flights to bring back Indian nationals stranded in Mashhad. DD India correspondent Taposh Bhattacharya gets us more. A flight of hope, a flight of relief, touching down in Delhi with Indian nationals evacuated from Iran's Mashhad. The passengers, most of them students, wore the fatigue of an ordeal, but their smiles said it all. Iran's special gesture lifting airspace restrictions came as a result of India's proactive diplomatic outreach.
It
was a very difficult situation we were in, but we really thanks to our government, our Prime Minister, they took us to our country safely, and we are very grateful to our country and our government.
Coordinated efforts between the Ministry of External Affairs, the Indian mission in Iran, and airline operators ensured that no Indian was left behind.
Our approach, the approach of the government led by Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi, is to ensure the security, safety, and welfare of all our Indian citizens abroad. Keeping that philosophy in mind, under the able guidance of the Honorable Prime Minister and his leadership, we have started Operation Sindhu since the 18th, after the conflict broke out between Israel and Iran. Of course, it was a very, very moving moment to see all of them smiling, thanking the government. So we have been able to bring the smiles back.
Meanwhile, another special Indigo flight, 6E9508, landed in Delhi at 3:08 p.m. today, carrying Indian nationals safely evacuated from Iran via Turkmenistan. Chanting Bharat Mata Ki Jai, the returnees expressed heartfelt gratitude to the Indian government for the timely rescue.
We are very proud to our government and Modi ji and Yogi ji, or India is very good country.
Operation Sindhu is another chapter in India's legacy of rescue missions. For those who have just returned, it's not just homecoming, it's a celebration of being Indian. Taposh Bhattacharya's report for DD India. Diplomatic efforts gain momentum to find a solution in the India-Israel conflict. Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi met with foreign ministers of Britain, France, Germany in Geneva. However, Iranian Foreign Minister said there is no room for negotiations while attacks continue. Israeli military say it carried out strikes on dozens of military targets in Iran overnight. On the other hand, United Nations Security Council met to discuss the situation between Iran and Israel. Fuzail Ahmad reports.
The conflict between Iran and Israel entered its second week, but there is no let-up in exchange of strikes. The Israeli military said on Friday it carried out strikes on dozens of military targets in Iran overnight.
We struck the building of SPND, the headquarters of the nuclear program in Tehran. This headquarters building is used for research and development of advanced weapons.
While in Israel, bomb disposal experts worked on Friday to remove explosives from a site of an Iranian missile strike in Beersheba, which caused a crater in the ground and damage to residential buildings. Amid escalating tension, efforts gained momentum for diplomatic solution. French President Emmanuel Macron pushed for returning to the negotiating table concerning Iran's nuclear program. In Geneva, foreign ministers of Britain, France, and Germany met with their Iranian counterpart. Israel's UN ambassador Daniel Meron briefed media in Geneva.
We are operating in the name of regional stability and global security, and we expect the international community to be clear and steadfast in support of removing the imminent existential threat against Israel.
Prior to their talks with Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi, foreign ministers from Britain, France, and Germany, known as the E3, plus the European Union's foreign policy chief, met at a restaurant in Geneva on Friday. Ahead of their meeting, the Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi also addressed UN Human Rights Council in Geneva.
Our peaceful nuclear facilities have also been targeted, despite their being under full monitoring of IAEA, and despite the fact that attacking such facilities are absolutely banned under international law.
Earlier, Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi rejected any negotiations with the United States while Israel continues its attacks on Iran. Also on Friday, the United Nations Security Council met to discuss the situation between Iran and Israel.
Diplomatic solution is within reach if the necessary political will is there. Elements for an agreement have been discussed. The IAEA can guarantee through a watertight inspection system that nuclear weapons will not be developed in Iran. They can form the basis of a long-standing agreement that brings peace and avoids a nuclear crisis in the Middle East.
Meanwhile, container shipping company Maersk said on Friday it had temporarily paused vessel calls at Israel's Haifa port amid escalating conflict with Iran. Fuzail Ahmed reports for DD India.
In sports, India's javelin throw star Neeraj Chopra defeated Julien Weber in the Paris Diamond League to win his first Diamond League title after 2 years. Two-time Olympic medalist Neeraj Chopra made a brilliant throw in his first attempt, won the title by throwing the javelin 88.16 meters. Julien Weber also threw an impressive 87.88 meters in his first attempt, but finished second. Brazil's Luiz Mauricio de Silva finished third with a best effort of 86.62 meters in the third round. After the Paris Diamond League, Neeraj will participate in the Golden Spike Athletics meet in Czech Republic from June 24th. On the 11th International Day of Yoga, Indian Army conducted yoga sessions from the world's highest battlefield, Siachen, to the all-terrains and climatic conditions through the expanse of the country. International Day of Yoga witnessed enthusiastic participation from armed personnel, reflecting the Indian Army's enduring belief in yoga is excellence in action and its resolve to incorporate yoga into daily regime of personnels across terrains, climates and global duties. And that's all for this edition of DD India News Hour. Let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. For those on the go, you can get all the latest news and updates from India and across the world on DD India mobile app. The app is available on both Android and iOS. Scan the QR code on the screen to download now. And we'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Shubhendu Ghosh from all of us here in Delhi. Thanks for watching DD India News Hour. Namaskar.